What up, my friends? We are here to talk about the new announcement of a Magic the Gathering movie. So if you haven't already heard, they're doing a Magic the Gathering movie, and it will be genuinely awful. I have zero problem going on the record right now that saying it's going to be awful if it even gets made, right? And guess what? There's like virtually no details out about it yet. But you don't need any details to know why it's going to be terrible. But we'll get into all that. I will lay out for you in no uncertain terms why this is going to be terrible. But first things first, let me share the live stream link in the Discord and do all of the hellos that we do. And we shall move forward from that point. All right. Here we go. And the old school cards that I had that we didn't get to look at yesterday, we'll take a look at tonight. Talk a bit about the pre-release I went to today. All of that. All of that. Okay, so there we go. That's good. That's good, and the stream looks good. Perfect. Okay, let's switch this over here. Excellent. All right, we got everything good. It looks like the stream's actually more stable than yesterday, too, which is nice. The stream's more stable, but I'm not. All right, let's go. Let's see what it be. Hello, Eng, Kenzuki, Corner, Marcus, Kevin, Timothy, Beef, Blue Cats, Error, Drake, Zircon, Horton, Hanra, Millmaster, Joseph Habanero, Kevin, Popo, Creed, Shelton. I think that's everybody. Yep, excellent. Okay, so hello to you. Hello to assorted lurkers who are in the background not typing because they're too busy fighting aliens or, you know, curling up in a ball crying about the fact that this movie's gonna be terrible. If it ever even exists, right? Because that is one of the biggest questions. What up, Spider Mag? What up, Everyday? How's it going? How's it going? Popo, that's a pretty big stretch to me, saying that the Nicolas Cage movie, the Disney movie about wizards, predicted Universe Beyond. That's a massive stretch, and I don't agree at all. I do not agree at all. That was literally just, this is an alternate world where we are actually having this guy on magic cards and whatever in this world, but that wasn't a precursor to Universes Beyond. So that's a massive stretch, bro. A massive stretch. If you want it to be your headcanon and knock yourself out, man, it's hot. It's hot in here. Carly's feeling cold. She's got the heat cranked, man. So let's just get rid of this and put it here for inevitably when I just abruptly feel cold, the chill of the grave, thinking about the Magic the Gathering movie, and I start to shudder. A bit, Popo, you're stretching it the entire circumference of the earth, bro. You know for a fact that Universe Beyond wasn't a twinkle in Wizard's eyes when they made that fucking movie at all. At all. I actually really liked that they included magic in there because I'm like, hey, Magic the Gathering. I love magic. Look at that. That's fun. That's fun and goofy. Why not? Why not? So, I mean, Wizards of the Coast has announced that they're doing a magic movie. And that's it. That's all that's been announced. Just that they're doing it. And obviously, there's some fanboys out there going, woo, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be, is it going to be amazing? Is it going to exist? The answer is, it's almost guaranteed to never exist. That's the reality. The reality is, it is incredibly unlikely. You're telling me that Wizards of the Coast is going to get this movie put out when there has been a Magic the Gathering Netflix show that has been in development hell for years. It was supposed to come out in like 2019, and they scrapped everything. They had all the lines recorded, the scripts written, and they scrapped it in its entirety. They went through 3 or 4 different producer groups for it, and it just has been an abysmal, non-existent nothing. So now with this one show in development hell in Netflix, where they literally did a new announcement on Netflix, we're bringing a Magic the Gathering show. You told us this years ago, and they're announcing it as if it's this new thing. And it's like, this isn't a new project. You've been fucking it up for 3 or 4 years already while we sit here going, where is it? And like, we're announcing, we're working on it. Like, I had to deal with some complete idiots who went, you're saying that there's no magic show and it's been canceled and whatever, and they just announced that they're doing one. That's the same one, you dumb fuck. You're just not educated enough to know that it's been years and years of them trying to make the show, and that's why they make announcements like that, because you're stupid and you're uncritical and you're not capable of going, wait a minute, this is never going to happen. So you just go, oh my God, yeah, it's gonna be great, and it's coming. No, it's not, stupid. You're never getting it. You're never getting it. The Netflix show is never gonna be a thing. But guess what? Wizards announces a movie and another TV show at the same time. So now you've got the Netflix show we're never gonna get, the movie we're never gonna get, and another TV show we're never gonna get. We're never gonna get. And if you're thinking to yourself, yo, they made that D&D movie. Wizards considers that a failure. That movie's considered a failure. It didn't make enough money. So if you think, oh, well, hey, like they're going to do it in that vein, nope. It's going to be some complete horseshit if it actually gets created. It's going to be created by the people who are doing the story writing now, right? The complete garbage of the Aether Drift story, where Chandra's like sweating in front of the paparazzi and talking about her dad getting speeding tickets, bro. This is going to be the same people who went, Thunder Junction is all just wooden buildings and yeehaw dipshits, but guess what? Also, there happens to be a massive concrete building with like hundreds of other buildings in it, and it's got a elevator key card like techno thing for Nashi to hack into. What? Yeah, and when he gets to the top, there's laser tripwires like Catherine Zeta-Jones. This is your Cowboy World story. Shut up. This one has like techno stuff and there's laser tripwires. And then guess what? Nashi goes in and there's this bottle there and he goes to take it, but it's an illusion because Obeka the Time Mage, you know, the one who controls time and has time magic? Oh, wait, yeah, she's not an illusionist. Well, anyway, she created an illusion, but then the illusion just goes away. Okay. And then Nashi, like, sends his drones to steal the bottle. And Obeka's like, bro, I control time. And she just reverses time and has the bottle back. So Nashi's like, this is bullshit. And he goes to his Thunder Junction hideout. And he's like, I'm going to upgrade my drones. So he upgrades his drones. And then he sneaks back into the building. And then he goes, I'll drop my invisibility spell. Story, you forgot to tell us at any point that Nashi turned invisible. So how does he drop a spell he never cast? You didn't tell us. You didn't tell us he was invisible. So then Nashi goes ahead and goes, thanks for teaching me to upgrade my drones, Obeka. And then the drones make a bunch of fucking projections of Nashi. And Obeka just goes like this at them. And Nashi goes, oh, I got the bottle, and runs out the door. And then Obeka just doesn't reverse time. Even though she reversed time before and could totally do it now, she just fucking doesn't. And then Tamio's ghost goes, you did it, Nashi, you won. And then Nashi leaves Thunder Junction forever. That's it. The same fucking hack dipshits that have stories going, there are no servants at all on Avishkar anymore, because Avishkar is a real good world. We changed the name and it's good, and there's no servants. Oh wait, there are servants. Yeah, totally there's servants. Oops, but like they used to be not paid, so they were slaves. You literally just retroactively filled fucking Kaladesh with slavery. Nuh-uh, you don't think of it that way. You just go, Sita don't like slavery. She good, strong lady, awesome good times. And you just go, yeah, she's against slavery. Because who's for it? Who's for it, right? This is for the numpty fucking morons, the complete idiots that you see on fucking Reddit. Did you guys fucking know that somebody made a little gear stick shift fucking thing to go, oh, this is my speed in the set, and it's a cool little, hey, moving into first gear and second gear to represent my speed. And then some clownish idiots are like, yo, this looks like a Nazi symbol to me. Look at the S shape. What are you talking about? What the ever-loving fuck are you talking about? This is a stick shift. You are a complete abject fucking moron with no critical capacity. That's who they're making the fucking shit for. It'll be complete trash. Well, let's go. It's Asita's awesome because she doesn't like slavery. Who does? Oh, her dad. Okay, all right. And, well, why is he like... Well, we just, he's that way because we got to have Sita go against him. Screw you, Dad. I'm against the slaveries. Yeah, we all are, idiot. We all are. But no, Sita, you're amazing. Do you want to address the fact that you retroactively made Kaladesh, the set that you created 7 years ago or whatever, full of slavery? Do you want to address that? Of course you don't. You lazy fucking hacks writing complete trash. The stories are worthless. There's nothing satisfying in them, and yet we're supposed to be excited about a movie that's gonna be, what is it gonna be? I'm driving a Mario Kart around with cans made out of Campbell's soup for that fucking time. Make sure we get Minecraft in there. How about we get Jack Black to be fucking Loot? I'm Loot. Oh, God. It's going to be a movie made for kids, written by idiots that will flop horribly, but it will never actually make it out. It will never make it out. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. These clownish goons have no capability to create anything fucking worthwhile. It's just not, it's not in the cards. And it's incredibly frustrating. And other people are deluding themselves going, imagine if they did the Brothers War story. What are you thinking? They're not going to do the Brothers War story. First of all, it's about dudes, okay? That's a fucking problem right there. Look at what they did when they went back to the Brothers War. They went, we want to do the Brothers War, but it's the Brothers War. So we're going to make the first 40% of our story about Kayla now. And it's Kayla, the one who backstabbed Urza, cheated on him, sold out her own kingdom, and Urza did everything he could for her. Yeah, so write the story like this. Kayla's the best, and she hates Urza because he's a piece of shit. And have her yell at Thanos until Thanos cries. It's sorry, what? Also, just so you know, Kayla discovered magic before anybody. She held a rock in her hand and made it real hot with hot magic until she went, owie, owie, owie. And then she's used healing magic to go, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then she went, owie, 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 ooh, ooh, ooh. Owie, 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 ooh, ooh, ooh. And then she mastered the magic, and so she learned magic before everybody. So I know that we're trying to sell you this Brothers War story, but check out how cool this lady is. The first 40% will be about this fucking piece of shit who never got her comeuppance, but we're gonna pretend like she is actually a good person at the end of this, and Urza's a piece of garbage. Fuck all the way off. You want to sell us the Urza set and villainize him, and fucking mouth-breathing Magoo idiots will just be like, Urza's just awful and stupid. No, you're fucking stupid and awful. You can't understand a fucking nuanced character if your life depended on it. You need two-dimensional cardboard cutouts where you can just go, everything good, hey, all good. Oh, this person is purely good and has no flaws and therefore isn't even a fucking human. So, yeah, go ahead. No, but Urza's evil. Really? Why? Well, his brother got killed by the Phyrexians, and he became a god, and the whole process unraveled his sanity, and he became obsessed with trying to reverse time to save his brother, and everything he did was trying to save his brother and stop the Phyrexian menace. So he's obviously a piece of garbage. What? He just did a bunch of heroic stuff. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't 100% morally agree with everything he did. Yeah, that's part of what makes him a compelling character, you fucking idiot. People make mistakes. People do. The Metathran, that was fucked up, man. He made the Metathran. He gave them no ability to procreate and bred them as fucking weapons. That's insane. That's really, really rough to do. I just created you as tools and you don't mean shit to me. But people will go, listen, man, listen. I can draw a line between Urza and the real life Hitler. So, don't you get it? That means he's the fucking worst. Oh, by the way, I saw a stick shift. That guy's a Nazi too. And it's listen, you terminally online fucking degenerate. Your life is way too comfortable and easy. See, we have an animal brain that looks for problems. So now, because all the problems are taken care of for you, right? Your mommy fucking dresses you and feeds you your pablum and rubs your little belly so you can poop into your fucking diaper even though you're 40 years old. And you're just freaking out about this shit because you're a fucking clownish idiot loser. Fuck you, right? Like, these are the fucking magoos that Wizards of the Coast, and then they just go, this is awesome. It's like, bro, you have no critical faculties. You are literally a mouth-breathing idiot. You probably enjoy the taste of the air in the bathroom when you stand there, oh, I rate this highly. This tastes like magic lore. It's just ridiculous. It's madness. It's madness. Their stories are fucking trash. There's no depth to anything at all. At all. Because in the current era, stupid crybaby bitches will just be like, I see something that some person on the earth could possibly be upset about and you need to remove it. No, you need to grow the fuck up, bro. Like, for real, for real. You should be put on a list of people who are not allowed to breed and make more humans, because we can't take more weakness of your fucking level, because you're going to make somebody even weaker than you, because they won't be raised by you. You're incapable of raising somebody. They'll be raised by the fucking internet as you abdicate responsibility and go on the internet and go, hey, but the thing makes me feel bad because I think about a bad thing happening. Yeah, that's part of what makes fucking characters compelling. You're the same kind of weak bitch who would go to that guy in Mad Max and be like, hey, you were trying to do bad things to that girl in Mad Max. Hey, moron! I'm an actor! I took on a role. I can't believe you did that. You're a fucking moron. Like, for real. Gonna contact actors and go, I can't believe you did villainous things in the movie. Fuck you. You deserve nothing good in life. Just go and fucking eat paint chips, huff gas, and get dumber. Leave us the fuck alone. Millmaster Super Chat says, now tell me about the 5 figures spent on cultural consultants for the sassy black girl, the old elder native man. It's not a trope when we pay them to write it. Bro, I thought about that earlier today. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, he's talking about the creation of Kea, where they hired a cultural consultant to make Kea. And they went, okay, guess what? Kea is a sassy black lady. And you can find this if you go and read the articles that Wizards has written. They were like, we would have wanted to do something like this, but we would never have dared. So us making a sassy black lady isn't okay. But because this cultural consultant who is black made it, now it's okay. It's literally what you said you would have made your fucking self. No, but it's not okay for us to do it. Yes, it is, you mouth-breathing dumb fucks. Like, they go ahead with, what was it, Dominaria. Every fucking character. Danitha is a proud, strong woman who cares about her people and leads her people. Ameria is a proud, strong woman who cares about her people and leads her people. Fucking, what's her name? What is her name? It's not Garna. What is her name? Radha. Radha is a powerful, strong woman who cares about her people. What are their flaws? Oh, their flaws are like, they don't believe enough in themselves. It's literally the same person stamped again and again and again. There's nothing to make them feel like people in any fucking sense. It's empty. It's garbage. And it's all they're capable of crapping out now. And it's super, super obnoxious, bro. Like, it's just empty. It's empty trash. It's empty trash. And what do you think the movie's going to be? What do you think the movie's going to be? The D&D movie had a bunch of that shit too. I must free my sister. Sisterhood power. Sister of the sister. Do you want to be the Scissor Sisters? Because we don't need... No, man, because I'm smarter than the bard. The bard's like, I make a plan. Oh, what happens then? I've got a backup plan. Oh, so you plan for your plans to fail? Fuck you, idiot. All right, you're the dumb bitch who at the beginning of the fucking movie polymorphed into stupid forms that don't make you look fucking smart. Why the fuck did you get in that armor? Well, so we could have that cool scene where, like, they chop at me from behind and at the last second I turn into something else. Or you could actually take the mission seriously and try and get the fuck out of there instead of turning into things that could get you killed. But we're all supposed to go, my brain doesn't work. I'm a moron. So, wow, so cool. You're so awesome. Ha ha ha. Oh, yeah, also, let's start the movie with fucking Chris Pine and this chick being put in the prison. And make sure that Chris Pine is a little bitch. And make sure that we know that this beefy woman is the real deal. In fact, she'll be married to a tiny little man. Because the fucking makers of the movie are like, we love emasculating our male characters. Because we like to tuck our fucking dicks back and tape them up to our butt cheeks. Because we fucking pulled all the testosterone out of our bodies and gave up on life. So they make this fucking trash where at the beginning, this huge orc in the prison's like, never been in a prison with a lady before. That's right, because no fucking prison does this. No prison throws random ladies in with dudes. That's not what happens. The orc's even saying it, but the movie's like, just watch this. She's gonna beat up this big orc and it's gonna be super impressive. But it's not. It's fucking mindless idiocy. So they're not good at their agenda. It's forced, it's fucking garbage, and they're afraid to give any character any believable edge at all, right? So it's gonna be a bunch of empty, stilted bullshit, and it will never even get finished. And if it does, it will be unwatchable garbage. That D&D movie had a few fun moments. The stuff with the portal mirror was awesome, but it had a bunch of dumb shit too, like, I'm the paladin, check this out. So this bridge over here, it'll fall if you do even one thing wrong. Zip, zop, zoop, zoop, you gotta do all this. And then the guy's like, oops, I touched the bridge and it fell. And he's like, and it's like, so you're telling me that this bridge here, that you have to know this crazy pattern to get across, and if anybody ever touches it once the wrong way, it falls, has never fallen. It's just been here all along, and every single person who's come into contact with it knew how to cross it with no problems, right? Either that or the bridge just reconstitutes itself, which means it doesn't matter that it fell. So choose a lane. Either what you're talking about is an absolute impossibility, this ancient bridge wouldn't be there, or it's just gonna pop back up and it doesn't matter. But we got that fun moment, right? Really, we don't have to earn it. It doesn't need to make sense. Go fuck yourself. Do you have a brain? Do you pay attention? Do you think about things? Eat our ass. We're Wizards of the Coast. Fuck you. Give us the money and we'll spit in your mouth. It's ridiculous. Like, the D&D movie, let's be very clear, was not unwatchable, okay? It had some moments I enjoyed. It did. But a lot of it was crap, and they treat the audience like morons. Like the part where you've got Hugh Grant at the end and they throw the potato. And it's like they bring it in real tight. Follow the potato. It hits him in the face. But you're like, he's standing out in the fucking open. Way out in the open. Imagine you were standing directly ahead of me, like just standing right over there. And then I whipped a potato at you and you just didn't see it coming, even though you're looking directly at me and talking. We'll just bring the camera. Like, he would have seen it the whole fucking time. This isn't clever. This isn't satisfying. This is horse shit. Right? And that D&D movie is the best Wizards can do. That's the best they can do. And that's using D&D, which is deeper and richer than Magic the Gathering. And guess what? They stuck to what D&D actually is, high fantasy. Whatever the Magic the Gathering movie is going to be, it's probably not even going to be anything to do with anything we know. It'll just be, take any movie at all. Tom Hanks works at a fucking bank. Magic the Gathering. There you go. That's it. Just suck a dick. What? Yeah, it's a bank. Okay. And Tom Hanks is there. Okay. What? Also, Jack Black's there as loot. What? Come through the almond path with me, Tom Hanks. Oh, God. It's so stupid. Oh, yeah, didn't they just take orcs out of Dungeons and Dragons, too? They're, if anybody... Hey, I'm offended. I'm offended that orcs are like, people are like, orcs are bad. Okay? Yeah, no, that can't be a thing. What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? God, like, why not just take all the monsters out of the monster manual? Nobody can be bad, man. Honestly, every single monster is just misunderstood, right? Every monster in D&D is just misunderstood. And if you want to attack them, you're a piece of garbage. It's just... Wizards of the Coast is a completely lost company. Hasbro is fucking out of their mind, just trying to get some money any way possible. And look at what they did. Look at what they did with Aether Drift. It's a dumb beep beep vroom vroom bullshit set. And they fucking turn around and go, oh, check it out. The Amonkhet deck here actually goes into the backstory and tells you what happened after Nicol and the Phyrexian War. And it has none of that car shit. Any of it. And you're like, why are you giving us this crap? And it's like, the D&D movie got beat by Mario Kart. So, you know, that happened a few years ago. And we were just like, what if we made a vroom Mario Kart Mad Max set? And then here we are. Here we are. I'm from the world where gasoline is. What are you talking about? This is high fantasy, you fucking idiot. And of course, you know what? There are mouth-breathing magoos who'll come along and be like, it's a multiverse. Anything can be here. Like, there could be a world where people have computers that come out of their buttholes. No, moron. No. That's not how it works, idiot. It's high fucking fantasy. And people be like, but listen, I can list a few things that were somewhat technology-ish. Oh, wow. Well, you've defeated the overwhelming amount of stuff that's high fantasy, you fucking clown. Oh, no, but like, they did rocket launcher, hated it. They did those stupid battle tech things in Invasion, hated those too. But guess what, cocksmoker? The fuck, out of the first, 20,000 magic cards that were made, how many actually fall under that shitty little umbrella you're trying to fucking point out, right? No, but listen, I can think of this example. It doesn't change that it's fucking dog shit. It doesn't change that what they're doing is complete fucking nonsense. Nah, Days of Thunder Junction, a racing flick. Get out of here. Get out of here with that, bro. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. So dumb. Like, this game used to fucking be something. This game used to be something from a flavor standpoint enjoyable, right? Where it's like, oh, sweet, dragons and swords and sorcery. There's nothing wrong with going to a car plane. It's got magic in the name. So if they go to work in an office and the keyboards are powered by magic, it's a multiverse. I have no fucking cognitive capabilities and I will accept anything because I'm a moron. That's what I think when people defend this shit. I'm like, you sound like a fucking idiot, okay? If you just got into magic, then you can be forgiven for this because everything they've made is horse piss donkey dick dumbness. So yeah, if you've just been around for Dumb Fuck Junction and Mumbles at Wang Manor, right? And this shit, then what's the big deal? Yeah, you've been eating garbage the whole time, but once upon a time, this restaurant served food. They didn't steal the trash from fucking behind the goddamn future shop and try and feed you microprocessors. But hey, whatever. Eat 'em, moron, right? Who cares? Obviously, you got no fucking taste buds, so knock yourself out. In one way, I'm jealous. I wish I was fucking stupid too, so I could just mindlessly accept this crap. But unfortunately, my brain functions, and I pay attention to what's being said and what's going on, and I want it to be coherent and have a follow-through. So whatever they do with the movie, it's going to be garbage. Just fucking garbage. Jordan, no. You're not going to get War of the Sparks. You're not going to get Brothers War. Why would you think that they're going to do something from 6 years ago? It's going to be informed by what they're doing now, right? Right fucking now. If they're announcing this shit, it's based on what they're doing at this juncture, which is what we've already got or worse. Yeah, Brothers War? Woo! That'd be great. Go back to the awesome stories. Won't happen. Will not happen. There is no chance. There is no chance. None. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Toki, exactly, man. They're trying to capture the kids, but the reality is they're not good enough. Wizards of the Coast doesn't have what it takes to turn Magic the Gathering into a child's property. They're lazy, they're fucking shitty, they're behind the times, they're clueless, they're greedy, they don't want to put in the effort, and they're saddled with a crack-headed agenda where you've got to watch fucking Rosewater cherry-picking comments written by deranged idiots and holding that up as if that's an opinion held by a bunch of people when it's not. So we can go, listen, crazy whack job, I think you're crazy. Also, just so you know, fantasy properties were created by the people in power to reflect their values. You're telling me that fucking Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, Richard Garfield was a man in power? That's amazing to me. I had no idea that he was some world-striding giant that had massive influence. I thought he was just a guy who made a card game. Huh. It's almost like you're fucking full of shit and you're just saying this insane nonsense so the mouth-breathing fucking idiots who will accept anything go, wow, he stands up to all the... Yeah, I'm with you. We're against those people. Guess what, dickhead? That's a random crackhead saying nonsense. There's one of them. It's like if he went out on the street and grabbed some fucking meth junkie and dragged him in and was like, a lot of people believe what this guy is saying. Now I'm going to beat him up. And they're like, get him. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? You're not going to take genuine criticism. Anybody who's saying what that guy said, but without the crazy extra shit, you would just, I can't answer this because I'm going to look like a fucking dickhead and a liar. Because that's what he's become. He just fucking lies and gaslights us. Everything's fine and you're the problem, bro. If you're not into giant fucking women that look like truckers, right? That's you. We're trying to educate you and make the world a better place. I like to think from our position we can... You make a game about fucking wizards. Well, it was a game about wizards fighting each other. Now it's a game about random what the fuck ever, right? Who cares? Give me the fucking Monopoly Man set and we'll have a fucking Cheetos crossover. Oh, we got the fucking... I'll fucking equip my guy with 4 tubes of Cheetos Puffs and I'll give him a coupon for a discount down at the fucking grocery store. Oh, what a fucking joke, man. What a joke. It's so absurd. Heavy Metal, the LGS in your hometown at a Lorcana event and a One Piece event, they seem to be moving away from Magic. I'm not surprised, bro. The game store that I went to for the pre-release told me, I'm pulling back on my orders. Another game store in my city run by a friend of mine, he literally left a comment on my last video where I said, people are pulling away from Aether Drift. And people are coming, actually there was 40 people at my store playing. Yeah, right, they're pulling back on it. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, listen, idiot, they are. Guess what? The one store in my fucking city, guess what? He's like, canceled the pre-release, not ordering in any of it. Canceled all the orders for Aether Drift. None of it for the store. More and more LGSs are moving away from Magic because Wizards of the Coast are greedy pricks who give less and less, and they're alienating their fucking customer base in an attempt to get a new customer base they will never have. And mouth-breathing dumb fucks are like, bro, I love the car set because my parents every day used to sit me behind their car and blast exhaust fumes into my face. And I have the IQ of a fucking turnip. I love this shit. Okay, window licker. Have fun with that, you fucking magoo. Jordan, you couldn't super chat for some reason, but you'll pay me and my wife to review it when it comes out. If it comes out. Yeah, man. Also, just so you know, if you ever have an issue where it won't let you super chat, you can use the PayPal link in the description, put your message in there, my phone will ding, and it works the same. Hey, Shelton Super Chat says, if you aren't into the frog god, then you have no taste. Mark Rosewater. Listen, just because she has a super ugmo face doesn't mean that she's not a pinnacle of beauty, bro. Right? Although I'm firmly on the record that only degenerates want the frog god. Don, man, that's why you and your friends started getting into the Grand Archive. It's a reason that I'm open to way more other card games. Before Magic the Gathering had a lock on me, pretty much, where I'm like, I might dabble a little bit, maybe in other card games. But Magic is like, you're my one true love, let's go. And like, I still love Magic or I wouldn't be fucking ranting like this. Like, if I was done with it and hated it, fuck it. It's not even worth talking about. There are much more interesting subjects that I could be covering and talking about and getting more views for as well. Like there's the people who just slurp this stuff up blow my mind. It just blows my mind. If you go, yeah, it's kind of stupid, but I like it, I'm having fun with it, fine. But the people who defend it as good, it's like, do you actually have any critical thinking capabilities? You shut up. You're just old man yelling at cloud. This is fun. I want a poop emoticon that drives a car, okay? Also, Lute is very cool and a compelling character and totally not lazy garbage, and it's definitely not forced and pushed on us at all. At all. What up, Galindo? Last night you and your friends had the same discussion about this problem with Wizards. It's hilarious how people try and pretend, oh, it's not a thing, man, and it's you. It's not me, okay? It ain't me. I wish it was me. If it was just me, then guess what? I could fucking either leave or adjust to it and just go, wow, you know what? These other people have made valid points and they're right, and I'm totally off base. But I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong with the shit that I say. I've been here since 1994 playing this game, okay? And I've watched its ups and downs. But this new era of horseshit, these are the kind of fucking morons who would be like, listen, Lord of the Rings can have attack helicopters. And fucking, like, if they want to ride a jet ski up the side of fucking, up the mountain in Mordor or whatever to get rid of the One Ring, it's a magical world. It's fantasy. Fantasy could be anything. Helicopters make sense in the Lord of the Rings, and you're stupid for thinking otherwise. That's what anybody who defends this shit in Magic the Gathering, that's the equivalent of what they're saying. And that's how fucking stupid they sound. And they don't get it. You're an idiot, bro. You're a moron. No, listen, if fucking Gandalf was flying on a fucking hoverboard like Back to the Future and he had the zip-up shoes and stuff and he had like a fucking Pax vaporizer and he was like, oh, I love the fucking cherry blast. The nar, no cap, bro. No cap. You know? Like, that makes sense? That fits to you, does it? I think that'd be cool. Of course you do. Of course you do. You have the fucking intelligence of a pair of socks. Jordan Holland Super Chat says, looting. Yeah, I agree, buddy. I agree. Right there. Right there. You know what I'm doing with my loot binder? I'm going to fill my loot binder with as many copies of this as I can get. Loot Imprisoned. Millmaster, you need a brain injury serious enough to make you enjoy current Magic offerings. That's what it feels like, man. That's what it feels like. It's insane. It's insane. Toki, what do I look forward to for the rest of 2025? What are you talking about? Nothing. What is there to look forward to? I mean, there'll be some stuff I like in Final Fantasy. You know, I like Final Fantasy. But for real, in terms of like Magic's long-term health, what is there to look forward to? Tarkir is going to be fucking such trash. They don't even want to do the fucking previews for it first. They're get hyped about Final Fantasy, you fucksticks. Oh, Tarkir, are we actually going to get a fucking high fantasy world, at least one this year? Or is it just going to be race cars? Tarkir is fucking reskinned into fucking Blues Clues or Bluey or whatever the fuck the kids are watching now. And it's all, guys, check it out. We made a fucking Barney and all this stuff. Remember these kids references? What is this shit? What's it going to be? Then we've got Edge of Eternities where it's a space set. Okay, but all your planes are separated by the blind eternities. No, shut up. Outer space is going to be cool. No, it's dumb. That's fucking dumb. No, but like, that's amazing. This is the equivalent of if fucking you just like, hey, guess what? Star Trek is now, they don't have holodeck. They don't have a spaceship or nothing. They're just on one planet and they fly dragons and shoot wizard's wands at each other. That's it. There's no fucking Starfleet either, by the way. That's not a thing. There's no Starfleet. Jean-Luc Picard rides a gigantic fucking dinosaur dragon that breathes fucking electricity, right? And he wears caveman cloth, and he just goes around angrily fighting at people because he can't actually come up with logical disagreements to anything. So he's a fucking dullard who rides a dragon and just blasts people with lightning. And we go, that's Star Trek. And then idiots come in and be like, it's Star Trek. It's fantasy. It can be anything. No, that's not how it works. That is not how it works at all. I like SpongeBob. Okay, well, guess what? Now here's SpongeBob. It's all the people from The Sopranos. And they're eating cannolis. And that's it. Not under the sea. They're just sitting in a fucking cafe somewhere eating cannolis and saying, forget about it. And that's SpongeBob. But that's SpongeBob. Fuck you. Who lives not in the sea and sits in a cafe eating cannolis. Soprano SquarePants. Like, these people are so fucking stupid. They don't get it. They don't get it. And you're going to trust these idiots to make a movie? A fucking hour and a half long story that's not going to be complete dog shit. Fuck all the way off. You know? That's right, Kumar. It's a great time to make Magic movies when the story's the worst, the weakest it's ever been, and they're more interested in politics and quality. Correct. It's the perfect time. There you go, Loco. See, now you're doing it right. That's how you be a mindless dumb fuck. If Patrick Stewart's in it, I don't care if there is a lightning dinosaur. I don't care if he's getting rammed in the butt by a fucking Bigfoot. I don't care at all. It's Star Trek. It's Star Trek. Guess what? Star Trek fans will care, but you can run in and tell them they're all wrong. I don't care you don't like it, because Jean-Luc Picard's bald head makes me hard, bro. Like, I imagine, like, getting to put my ball bag on the back of his neck, so who cares that they ruin this thing that you love? You're a fucking old man yelling at clouds, you stupid loser. What? So things were better. Remember, hey guys, remember when we all used to have food and everybody could eat and pay their rent? Shut up, old man. I like fucking fighting other people to eat grass on the pasture and fucking not having anywhere to live. It's awesome. Like, change is inevitable, but you hope for things to get better, not worse. And it's been actively getting worse. Like, endlessly. Jordan Holland says, it's overpriced human interaction. Also, low-key me now. Low-key. Well, Jordan, congratulations, buddy. Obviously, you figured out what the issue was with the super chat. Adam, not to mention also decreasing the amount of actual magic IP. Yeah, exactly. Well, here's the thing. Aether Drift is magic IP. Does it feel like magic IP? Does it feel magical at all? You don't understand what you're talking about. Didn't you look on the box? Chandra's shooting a fireball at a propane tank from a barbecue. Chandra's riding a fucking motorcycle. Yeah. So that's definitely... No, listen, it's a magical motorcycle. Okay. And it's a magical propane tank from a magical barbecue. Don't you get it, stupid? Anything can be in fantasy, dum-dum. It's a multiverse. Literally anything can be in it. Really? Really? No. Joe, what's better, Will Smith as a pilot fighting aliens or him playing Teferi? If Wizards was going to do Teferi like he used to be, I'd go with that. But see, the problem with the new version of Teferi, that's what they did in the Brothers' War. They had Teferi in the Brothers' War. Do you know what he did? He found every woman he could, and he apologized for existing. And I fucking wish that I was exaggerating, because people will go, I'm not making shit up. That's what happened in the story. They went, we're going back to the Brothers' War story. And then Teferi gets all weepy-eyed because he's looking at fucking Saheeli and Kea going, they're the future, and they're going to make the world so much better. And Saheeli's sucking her own dick about being better than Urza. She looks at Urza's design for a time machine and goes, dangerous. I can do something way better. And then she makes something beautiful. Look at my beautiful time machine. And fucking, like, Teferi's weeping over it. Oh my God. And then this bitch's time machine blows up after being used twice and sends Teferi hurtling through time and space. Just loses him. But don't worry. He had time before that to be locked in the cryo coffin, looking up at the women and weeping to himself. He went and apologized to all of them. I think even Ren. He apologized to every lady he could find. And then after he got flung through time and space and ended up back in Zalfir, there was a bandit leader who had murdered all of the guards of a caravan and was going to kill all of the caravan people and steal all their shit. And she was like, I know who you are, Teferi. Fuck you. And she took her spear and went, I'm going to stab you. And then Teferi like slowed time down and said to her, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And he fucking like grabbed her spear and cut his hand and fell to his knees and wept for existing. That's the fucking story, bro. That's the fucking story. That's the shit they're writing. And they're like, Kaya's so amazing. And it's like, she wants to murder this ghost. She just wants to keep killing this ghost. And Saheeli just keeps stopping her. No, you can't kill the ghost. No, I want to kill it. I want to kill it. I want to kill it. And then the ghost is like, I hate Urza. And then Kaya's all like, stabs him. Stabs him in the fucking ghost heart. And he's like dying. And he's like, will I see my son again? And Kaya's like, oh, yes, you will. Close your ghost eyes. And then the story's like, and Kea was transformed by the experience. No, she wasn't. We watched her slaughter tons of ghosts. And like a fucking psychopath, she kept trying to kill this ghost. You can't have this emotional moment that's not earned and doesn't fit. Fuck you. Fuck you so hard. Right? So yeah, I'd rather have Welcome to Earth and Will Smith punching a fucking alien in the face. All right? All right, Joe, Mr. I've got a fucking angry pose while I stand in front of Ultimate Frisbee, bro. Right? Right? You think I don't see you? You think I don't see you with your fucking stance of, bro, I'll ultimate your Frisbee? Why you got that Ultimate Frisbee in the back of your fucking profile picture with that fucking stance? What's that about? Christ Super Chat says, can't even eat tasty cards anymore. It's all slop. Even the cards don't taste good, man. Expert says Wizards knows it's tax time. Dump out garbage set at the right time. 100%. 100%. Patrick Stewart does have a hell of a voice. I agree. 100%. 100%. Shelton, the movie won't be an hour and a half. It'll be 2 hours so they can meet stream algorithm and shove more loot onto the screen. You're right. You're actually totally right. That is what will happen. Remember when Harry Potter was evil enough to boycott, but not to even model your magic set off of? Yeah, exactly. Oh, Harry Potter's the worst because J.K. Rowling tweeted something or whatever, and we see that a bunch of dumb fuck idiots are upset on Twitter. I'm going to go to every stream where they're playing the Harry Potter computer game and be like... Okay. Go ahead, idiot, child, loser, fuckwit moron. Like, good lord. This is what the fucking cavemans left their caves for. Fighting against wild animals. Building up society. Mankind overcame like everything. And we fucking own this earth now. And we have the weakest, dumbest, most pathetic population fucking ever. Ever. Dumb, weak losers who fucking clam up when anything challenges their sensibilities at all. And instead of using that to reflect and grow, anything that challenges me must be removed. And anything I can see anywhere on the internet is in my world and exists for me and has to fucking bow down to what I need. Fuck you, you little bitch. I'm so glad I did not grow up the way you did, because this is fucking pathetic. How do you handle any kind of adversity, right? But they can just wave it away. Old man yelling at clouds. Keep being a weak loser. Knock yourself out. See how far that gets you in life. The good news is you're going to have to fuck a ham sandwich slap to a robot, because no woman would ever mate with a pathetic loser of your caliber. So have fun fucking dying alone and untouched. It's for the best, really, honestly, because mankind does not need your weak, worthless genes going on into the next fucking generation. And that's the reality. So yeah, it's just maddening. It's maddening to watch something that was so much better get turned into complete fucking trash. And then these people are running, it's actually good, man. It's actually really good. And it's like, you have no critical facilities whatsoever, bro. Like none. Like none. It's amazing. Like on one level, I'm jealous. I guess because I want to enjoy myself. I want to have a good time. I'm desperate to enjoy the magic story, but I can't because it is the dumbest shit I've ever read. The Magic the Gathering lore is the dumbest shit I've ever read. I never thought in a million years that I would rather read the fan fiction that somebody wrote about Ral Zarek fucking Tezzeret that I accidentally stumbled upon when I went down the fan fiction rabbit hole. I would rather read amateurs writing about planeswalkers railing each other than this horseshit that Wizards calls a fucking story, man. It's so aggravating. I have every magic novel ever written. I have a fucking lore channel just dedicated to telling stories. Like, I kept that separate so that we could not get the fucking stuff that's going wrong with magic and that all tangled up. You want to enjoy the stories? Even when I fucking hated what was going on, I did my best to make the stories accessible to people, right? Right? It's absurd to me that people come along and say you hate magic. No, motherfucker. This bitch is on life support. And I'm here going, maybe we should try and nurse him back to health. And you're like, maybe we should fucking pull the feeding tube and jump up and down on their fucking chest. That's the difference between me and you. I care. I want this shit to survive. You just want to fucking tug off and walk off, and you won't even care a year from now. But I'll still be here watching the corpse of what I love bleed the fuck out. I love magic more than you could fucking conceive of it, idiot. It's so maddening. You don't fucking understand that this is passion born of genuinely caring, right? If you go back to my earlier videos, there were a lot more positive videos talking about stuff that I liked because things were better then. But people like try to pretend, oh, you're just here to hate on magic. Fuck you, right? Go watch me happily go through the commander deck. There's a bunch of shit where I'm actually positive. But whatever. You know, they're going to paint me as a fucking villain. What are you going to do? Jordan says, screaming enfranchised fans, here for this always. Night, folks. Did you just say you're here for this always and now you're leaving? I'm always here for this. Bye. Is that what you just said, Jordan? Expert, you love magic, hate what greed does to everything. Bingo. Bingo. New historian segment, canon or fanfic? You read 2 paragraphs and people have to guess what is official magic canon and what's fanfic. Well, I mean, the best fan fiction of all was Jason Chandra igniting their fuckwalker sparks, okay? And the crazy thing is, that level of writing feels like the current era of magic writing. It really does. Just lazy, nonsensical trash. Adam, yep, it is a terrible cycle. The universe beyond stuff sells well, and that's going to be used as an argument to make more instead of the in-world stuff. But the in-world stuff, they're Wizards of the Coast is under insane mandates where they have to use a whole bunch of slush art, and they also have to basically turn the in-universe. Don't worry, guys, we know you hate universe beyond, some of you, but like we're still doing in-universe worlds. Like, check it out. We've got race car, Mad Max, vroom vroom, wacky racers, Mario Kart. That's not Magic the Gathering. Yeah, it is. We drew a bunch of roads on good artwork. So, you know those cool statues in Amonkhet? We drew roads at the bottom. Like, that's awesome. Check out this giant dinosaur. There's a car jumping in front of it. Tyler, do I think if I read the books on the lore channel, I'd get copyright strike? Yeah, you can't just read the books as audiobooks, but I've done something fucking better, bro. I've read the entirety of the book and fucking put it into videos. I did the entirety of the fucking Time Streams novel and the original Brothers War novel. Both of those books are up in their entirety. That's what I was doing. Like, I was covering magic lore, and those videos were doing poorly on this channel. So I literally gave them their own channel to survive and extend them. And now we're at a point where I fucking can't even. The Thunder Junction story is where I was like, I can't do this anymore. And then Bloomborough came along, and I'm like, oh, I can do this. And Duskmorn was okay. And I'm like, Duskmorn's in the middle. It's all right. I've got some real criticisms of it, but there's some story here. Aether Drift, I read the first installment, and when she's talking about the paparazzi and reassuring them she can drive fast because her father, a known criminal who would have been executed by the consulate, got stopped all the time and was given speeding tickets. And she was sitting in his lap while he got speeding tickets. And that means she can drive fast. Right? Like, that's the first installment. And that shit about the servants and stuff. Sita's like, I can sneak out of my house because there's no servants. And then in the next paragraph, his dad's like, why didn't you get up on time? I forgot to set my alarm. Why didn't you have one of the servants wake you up? I didn't want to. Bitch, you just said there are no servants. Dad's mad because he has to pay the servants. Now slavery's in Kaladesh. That's the first installment of the story. They just completely retconned slavery into Kaladesh. And you gotta like Sita. She's fucking cool. Chandra's afraid of the paparazzi. And you're just like, what? And then they release here's the legends of Aether Drift. And they're like, check it out. Actually, fucking Winter's been cursed and turned into like a part ghost demon thing. And he's cursed with eternal road rage. And he's linked up to this demon called the Speed Demon. And you have to constantly sacrifice things to the Speed Demon to satiate his need for speed. And then this other group of people, they're okay in the race, but when the camera shut off, and I'm just like, you know? It's insane. It's insane. So yeah, for real, here, if you want a taste of good magic lore, right? I covered the new stuff over there too, but I cover a bunch of the old school magic lore. So I'll grab the link for Fantasy Geographic and I'll drop that in the chat for anybody who wants to go. You can check out the original Brothers War story, all of it. Like, so I have that stuff going on, but I don't do the audiobook readings. There are people who have done it. So if you search around, you can find some people who've done it, but that does violate the actual copyright. Retelling of the story doesn't. So I haven't done it that way. Christ, Aether Drift, Paparazzi, or War of the Spark? Honestly, I would take War of the Spark at this point. If you told me back when I got the War of the Spark novel that one day I would say that I would read it over the new lore, I would call you a fucking idiot and a liar, right? 100%. I would be like, you're out of your fucking mind, dipshit. But No. No. And the thing about the War of the Spark novel is it starts halfway through the story. Wizards paid 2 different writers to write the story. The first writer didn't have the story done in time, so Wizards said, fuck it, just sell the second half of the story as the full book. So the events of the story are supposed to be Niv Mizzet knows Nicol Bolas is going to show up and kill him. Niv Mizzet lays a clever plan to actually fucking essentially clone himself and like survive the ordeal that Nicol Bolas is going to put him through, right? So that's a huge pivotal moment in the story. We never get to see it. You start reading the fucking book, he's already dead. Niv Mizzet's already dead and talking to the spirit dragon, Ugin. And it's like the dragon spirit said to the spirit dragon, and the spirit dragon said to the dragon spirit, and the dragon spirit said to the spirit dragon. And it's like, is this written like I should already know things? And it's not. And then they're like, okay, first chapter. So Teo is out and he's with the animals, and the camels are farting in his face, and he's thinking about how much he likes toilets. I'm not making that up. And I sighed. I was just like, I'm not reading this, right? But compared to Aether Drift and stuff, yeah. I read the first installment of the Aether Drift lore and I went, okay. There's no way I'm doing individual installments of this. I don't have the intestinal fortitude to make it through 6 of these without pulling all the hair out of my glorious head of hair, right? So, no. Maybe I can do a summary. And then I started to read the second installment, and I started to cringe so hard that I thought my skeleton was going to pop out of my body and run the fuck away in protest. So I just went, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not even going to subject myself to reading this. I am an avid fan of Magic the Gathering and its lore, and I won't even read the story. I'm just not going to do it. I can't even. I just can't. It's complete fucking trash. Absolute trash. And you have to be a moron to enjoy it. You genuinely have to be an idiot who can't notice contradictions and problems. I don't know how you do that. How do you read words and then immediately forget what those words are and what they mean? Like, what is that like? That blows my mind, right? Like, it's crazy. What is it like? I guess it just pisses me off, too, that they're happier. Like, fuck you. Why do I have to be punished for being intelligent and paying attention and being able to draw a line from A to B? Like, why am I being punished for this? Why? How is that fucking fair? It's not. It's not. Christ, me ranting about War of the Sparks poop was one of the first videos you saw of mine. I wish we could go back to those days, because, God, it was so much better. So much better. Raphael, is there any other Magic lore I do besides the new stuff? Yeah, old Magic lore, and honestly, I'm going to be extending out into other games lore too. I have a lore video that I'm plotting out in my head right now that I actually started research on last night, and I started making some notes, and if everything goes well, I'll have that done roughly soon, you know? So I feel like there's no real future for Fantasy Geographic in terms of new Magic lore because there isn't going to be any new Magic lore. I want you to understand something. We're supposed to be in a big, huge arc, guys. Did you know we're in the Dragonstorm arc? Raise your fucking hand if you knew we're in the Dragonstorm arc. And being in the Dragonstorm arc, what relevant anything has happened in this Dragonstorm arc? Because the only thing I can think of is the fact that the bird dragon, the Dragonhawk or whatever, that was on Bloomborough, came through one of the Dragonstorm portal things, right? Okay, all right. It just showed up here. A precursor to what we're going to see. Is this Colahan or one of his brood, but transformed into a bird because of the nature of Bloomborough? What's going on here? But other than that, where does it tie into this story? Where does it tie into the Duskmourn story? I'll tell you where it ties into the Duskmourn story in case you didn't know. In the middle of the fucking story, Kaito just has a seizure and starts seeing illusionary dragons flying around setting shit on fire. And that's somehow supposed to connect to Tarkir. Because what? Because how? Because why? Right? How did Valgavoth get loot? How did that even happen? End of the story, he's got loot. Oh, by the way, Alquist Proft figured out how to make fake omen paths. Oh, guess what? Valgavoth apparently can too. And it's like, So why does he want the Aether Spark? Even then, if he can just reach other worlds, what is even happening? Oh, Winter's cursed to race forever. So he wants to win the race, so he doesn't have to race anymore. You just said he's cursed to race forever, and he can't stop. Yeah, he can't stop. So he wants to win the spark, so he can stop. You just said he's cursed to never stop. Yup. So, wait. What the fuck are you talking about? Also, did you know he's like a fucking demon spirit now? Really? How does his leg get broken at the end? How does his leg get broken there? Well, why is this card just a human? Well, do you guys know what the word consistency means? Yeah, we need to be consistent with the money we bilked from you stupid fucking I mean, what? Trail it, am I coming to the U.S.? I am, buddy. I'm coming to the U.S. next month. I'll be there for the shattering, right? I'm going to fucking, I'm going to South Carolina, the Marriott at the Columbia, in Columbia. Yeah, it's Columbia in South Carolina. And the event's like the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. It's for a TCG called Wonders of the First, which is about being a fucking stone seeker and gaining power and dominion over fucking these crazy different, essentially fucking, like, I don't know if they're mini worlds, but worlds of their own that are populated by all these different beings known as wonders. And there's the stones you want to get your hands on because they amplify the power of these wonders. And the way the game works is you basically start out battling for one of these worlds, and then you move up the chain until you've got like 7 different battles going all at once kind of deal. Right? That's a rough kind of thing. I'm still figuring some of it out. But yeah, I'm going to be there. And they have said that people who want to come and meet me, come and play in the event, they're going to have stuff available if you want to buy in and get and be a part of it as well. So it's an open invitation for people to come and hang out. Lasagna, there are arcs. I know, right? Raphael, I tell a good story. The Lord channels fire. Well, thanks, buddy. I feel like Magic the Gathering has nothing left to offer. Tarkir is going to be the fucking sad dump at the long end of a bunch of trumpeting wet farts. That's what those other sets were. Just until Wizards finally shits themselves with Tarkir. There will be no satisfying payoff. It will be complete fucking horseshit, and nobody will care because they'll have other crossovers that they have to tie in and other IPs that will have something the same way that fucking Ixalan had the Jurassic Park shit. And Ixalan wasn't supposed to be Jurassic Park. It wasn't even supposed to be Ixalan. They were trying to do a Minecraft set. That's why there's so many Minecraft-related cards on a brand new world. But that fell through and they didn't have a tie-in. So like, we quickly slapped together a Jurassic Park thing. It's got dinosaurs. And they're like, Ixalan has dinosaurs. Okay, shove this world into the middle of Ixalan. And then you read the stuff going on, but this stuff that's going on in the center of Ixalan would definitely have impacted the surface. Hey, shut up. This is cool. There's like fungus monsters and they affect everybody with fungus, okay? And there's these ghosts that kill fungus and can't be hurt by them, but they'll run in fear from fungus. What? Yeah, and at the end, Malcolm has fungus in his eyes and he's all messed up and Breaches is all messed up. And then we see him on Thunder Junction and they're fine. What? Listen, we're going to do big things to people, but you can't expect it to last to the next set or for us to explain anything. You know how like Nahiri was a complete Phyrexian? She just pulled her Phyrexian bits off. But you told us that these Planeswalkers had to have their sparks removed, they had to be entirely cleansed out, and it was this whole dangerous process to get rid of the Phyrexianism. That's how you got rid of the Phyres and Nissa, right? It was this whole big thing. Yup, that's what it takes. But Nahiri just pulls it off. Her arms are spikes. How did she even take the Phyrexians? Listen, she just did. She's got hands now. Okay. She's also desparked. Oh, you mean like all the other Planeswalkers that were desparked with your random bullshit about Elspeth going outside the Blinded Eternities, which, by the way, doesn't exist. There's no such places outside the Blinded Eternities. Yeah, there is now. And Elspeth goes out there. And also, Sarah's out there. Sarah, the dead Planeswalker. Yeah, she's out there. Outside the Blinded Eternities, a place that doesn't exist. The entire multiverse is ensconced in the Blinded Eternities. Yeah, so they're outside that, and Sarah's there. What? Yeah, and she hugs Elspeth, and Elspeth has wings pop out. Okay. Also, Sarah can completely freeze the multiverse, so she does. And she keeps saying to Elspeth, you gotta choose. You gotta choose when to do something. And it's like, Sarah, you can freeze the multiverse. Why don't you stop the evil from happening? Nope, I just gotta keep stopping things and wait. Maybe you make the right choice now. What? Why? Do you want to explain any of this? No. But anyways, you know how we showed the artwork of Elspeth getting destroyed by the Silex? Well, we realized that we're selling commander cards and we want to make all the planeswalkers into like good legendaries so we can do commander. So actually none of that happens. And she goes outside. She takes the blind Silex like outside the blind attorneys kind of, but in it, and it goes through the blind attorneys and like it has massive ripples and it takes away the planeswalker spark of all these different planeswalkers. Oh, is that how Nahiri lost her Planeswalker Spark? Nope, she's the only Planeswalker who didn't lose her Planeswalker Spark that way. Oh, wow, okay, so how did Nahiri lose her Planeswalker Spark? Well, okay, she put it into a rock. What? Yeah, she pulled her Planeswalker Spark out and she put it in a rock. Okay. And then she dropped the rock by accident. What? Yeah, she dropped the rock by accident. Okay. And then it broke. A rock broke. Yup, and her spark was in it. Her spark broke too. What? Listen, we have a piece of artwork with Nahiri holding a fucking rock, and we gotta use it because fuck you. So she puts it in a rock, dickhead, and drops it and breaks it. What's hard to, like, what? She's not a Phyrexian anymore, and she just broke her rock spark thing, dum-dum. By Commander, you fuckstick. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Trail it. Yeah, there's a bunch of people who feel the way you do and hope I would be closer. Don't worry. This is just the first trip to the States. So there will be more. There will be more. Jess is correct. I can rant for hours. That is very true. Larry, you're quitting Magic for good after Final Fantasy? Well, I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. I play Magic like every day, man. I played Arena yesterday, went to a pre-release yesterday. I played Arena today, went to a fucking pre-release today. I still love playing Magic the Gathering, which is part of what makes this all so aggravating, as they slowly are just fucking destroying everything about this awesome game. Yeah, one time Mike put his spark in a loaf of bread and dropped it, and his spark broke. You know what, man? Dropping that loaf of bread in the bus terminal did destroy my spark. Oh. So yeah, it blows my mind that people are like, this is good, man. This is good lore, and you don't know what you're talking about. Yes, I fucking do. And no, you don't. So, whatever, man. Whatever. Gally, you skipped the pre-release? I had fun. I drove this fucking goof bag around. I drove this around in the game store and had a hell of a lot of fun with it. So, whatever. Playing Magic is fun. You put loot in this stuff so much. Okay, so let's look at some random old school Magic just to make me feel better. That's what we're gonna do now. So let me focus up the camera a bit more. My buddy gave me. Oh, the camera sees Sir Chandler and it automatically is zoning in because it knows we're dealing with the goodness. I love Sir Chandler. I love this guy. He's awesome. So, this guy came out in the original Legends set. 1 green, 1 white, and 4 for a 4/7 with no abilities. He is a vanilla legend, and I absolutely loved him. Correct, hey, lore isn't fleshed out anymore at all. It's ridiculous. So, when I started playing, I played with Crawworms. 2 green and 4 for a 6/4 vanilla, right? It's a 6/4. It's basically like a wingless dragon crashing through the forest, bro. And the flavor text talks about how you can hear it echoing all through the woods, and it's so cacophonous that you can't even tell what angle it's coming at you, right? Look at this grizzled old warrior with his shield and sword. Look at his stats. 4/7. He can fight a crowworm single-handedly and live. He's limping away at one damage more and he'd be dead. But he can fight a crowworm all by himself and win. Super epic. Super epic. Remember Sir Chandelar. Remember and stand strong. That's what the flavor text is, right? So that's old school. Old school Magic had dope flavor. And this guy obviously had that extra level from my enjoyment of the way that those two cards came together. Because crowworm is a big deal to me. Hey, Lord of the Pit! 3 black, 4, 7/7, flying trample. You have to sack one of your creatures during your upkeep, or Lord of the Pit deals 7 damage to you. That's insane. You know, like, the big creatures back then had big drawbacks. 7/7 flying trample, this guy was terrifying. Like, if they had a way to feed this guy creatures, insane. And look at him. Look at how intense he looks, right? And the whole, you have to feed me a creature every turn. It really felt like you were making a pact with a crazy powerful demon, you know? It had such an epic flavor vibe, right? Like, such an epic flavor vibe. And then Wizards is just like, this is just as cool, isn't it? Don't you guys like this? Right? Huh? It's an entity tracker. She's got like a PK meter and like googly electro goggles and stuff. This is the same, right? This is the same. This is totally the same. Beep, beep, vroom, vroom. Oh, yeah. Or like, you know, these feel the same, don't they? Right? Look at that. Huh? Totally. All right, what else do we got in here? Man, I love Lord of the Pit. So cool. Hey, Hypnotic Spectre. 2 black and 1 flying. An opponent damaged by Spectre must discard a card at random from his or her hand. This card was a house in the beginning because you could Dark Ritual it out on the first turn. On the first turn. And it was pretty scary, right? This was cool. Yeah, it's a cool looking Spectre. Man, old Magic artwork. Some of it was all over the place, but it was more unique feeling, less homogenized, and definitely not shoved full of a bunch of dumb crap. Oh, Chaos Leash! Oh my god, I love this guy so much. Holy shit, I loved playing this card, man. 3 green and 3. His power and toughness are equal to the number of forests that you have, except when he's attacking. Then his power and toughness are equal to the number of forests your opponent has. And his ability is tap, turn target land into a basic forest. And basically, as long as he's out, they stay as forest. When he dies, they get turned back. Man, look at him. It's a dude with antlers. And the artwork's all green, really evoking that nature vibe. I loved using this. Slowly but surely, I'm going to turn all your lands into forests. And then when they're all forests, I'm going to have the liege come in and he's going to antler you up, boy. He's going to pick you up and jam you on his antlers. I am the king of the earth. So cool. Oh, Crusade. This is hilarious. This shows the hypocrisy of Wizards of the Coast. They have fucking banned this card, right? They're like, we won't even show the image of this on our website because look, it's 2 white, all white creatures get +1/+1, but look, it's through Crusaders. Do you know who these guys are? These are the Knight Templars. These are like the Knight Templars. And you know what? They did bad things, guys, and we don't stand by this, so we're banning this card because we're good people. And it's not about money. Like, this isn't something we're selling right now. We'd never reprint really anyways. But this is definitely just like, we're good people. We would never have, like, the Knight Templar. Wait, sorry, what? What'd you say we're putting in the Assassin's Creed set? Knight Templars? Oh, and you can have any number in the deck? Oh, there's nothing wrong with them. They didn't do anything wrong at all. Oh, but no, sorry. We're talking about Crusade here. Actually, the Knight Templars were complete pieces of garbage, and it's unacceptable to have... They're in the Assassin's Creed set? So yeah, the Knight Templars, they're good people, and you can put 40 of them in your deck because they never did anything objectionable, and we 100% stand behind them. That's Wizards of the Coast. That's Wizards of the... They banned this fucking shit because, well, this is culturally offensive. Is it? Is it? And so what about, well, listen though, that's like, it's the Assassin's Creed game and we have to put it in because it's in the game. Oh, I'm glad you guys stand by your fucking word, right? It's not like you reprinted the racist turtle in Mystery Boosters with the turtle that you made because internally they were like, hey, we have this horned turtle, but there's a black guy in the artwork, and we want to sell this in China, so we want another version with a white guy in the artwork to sell to China specifically. And I'm not making that shit up. That's what happened. And so that horned turtle became very difficult to get because it's much rarer. And so Wizards went, we'll put it in the Mystery Boosters too because of its secondary market value. So they are fucking lying pieces of shit who pretend we're good people and we got rid of the bad stuff, but ultimately they don't give a fuck about anybody, right? They'll go, yo, we're going to do Pride secret layers, but we won't fight for Pride in countries where it's politically uncool to do it. We'll do it here where everybody's actually already got it good. But you know the countries that were whipping people off the roof? We wouldn't dream of mentioning it there. So you're not going to bring it up and push for it where it actually matters and would help people. Well, no, of course not. Because we're empty-souled corporate ghouls who just want to fucking rob you blind, and we figure we can pull the wool over your eyes with cheap lies. So go fuck yourself. Nicol Bolas! 2 red, 2 black, 2 blue, and 2 for a 7/7 flying Elder Dragon. These things in the original Legends were absolutely crazy, bro. 7/7 flying, whenever it damages an opponent, that opponent discards his or her hand. Ignore this ability if their hand's empty. And then you have to pay a black, a blue, and a red during the upkeep to keep it going, you know? So yeah, it's cool to see this old school stuff, man. Pain, bro! I remember Wall of Swords. It was pretty decent. It was pretty decent back then, you know? Oh, another one of the dragons. Cool. There was a whole cycle of them. So this is Chromium. He's the worst of the Elder Dragons. He's the black, blue, white one. He has Flying Rampage 2. Rampage 2 is the worst positive creature mechanic that's ever been created, right? People are, the Watch are the worst of stuff like Echo and other. It's like, no. From a positive perspective, Rampage is the worst positive magic mechanic ever. Nathan, this is just a little stack of old school cards my buddy gave me at the pre-release. So, Rampage 2 says, for every creature assigned to block this guy past the first creature. So you have to double block him, and then he gets +2/+2. If you triple block him, he gets +4/+4. And it's already on a flyer. So, this is the worst combination. This is the worst combination for Rampage. Just the worst. There's pretty much no situation where you want Rampage. Other abilities would be amazing. Spurl Band... Listen, you fucking Magoo. I understand now why your wife makes you fold the socks, because you have just displayed your idiocy for everybody. Banding wasn't pretty bad. Banding was too fucking strong. Banding is incredibly good. You have no fucking clue, bro. I put banding in any deck I could because it's really fucking strong. It puts you in the driver's seat. Don't you fucking dare try and go, oh, banding's bad like Rampage. You don't know shit. Go back to folding your fucking socks, dude. Tell your wife I finally fucking get it, bro. You can't be trusted to fold socks or dress or feed yourself, man. You tell that woman that she's a saint for putting up with your dumb ass, saying fucking banding was pretty bad. Banding was a powerful ability that was removed because it caused fucking way too much difficulty for people to figure out combat damage. Mark, when am I coming to South Carolina? I will be there next month. Like 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd in Columbia at the Shattering event. All right? Jordan Holland Super Chat says, Hornlands, best lands. Hell yeah, buddy. Banding. Come on, man. Spurl, come on, man. Come on. Flash counter. 1 blue and 1 interrupt, right? Back in the day, counter spells used to go at interrupt speed. Counter target, interrupt, or instant spell. So now this is an instant that just counters instants. Hey, your boss also dies on the Banning Hill. Well, tell him from the Magic Historian. He knows what the fuck's up. We got... Banning's not that fucking complicated. It's not that complicated. It's really fucking simple. It's really simple. You can have as many banding creatures as you want attack as a group, and you can add in one guy who doesn't have banding. They're treated as a group. So if you block one, you've blocked the group. That's it. It's that fucking simple. And I get to choose where the damage goes on my guys. Defending? There you go. Well, I mean, you can have just one banding in a multi-block. So it does have rules that aren't consistent across attacking and blocking, but they're not that fucking complicated. Banding is not that complicated. People like to pretend that it is, but it's not. Banding goes like this. I get to be the one who decides where the damage goes on my guys. That's what banding does. That's what banding does. You don't decide where your creatures deal damage. I do. It's not that tricky. It's not that tricky. This guy was a house back in the day. 1 white and 3, 2/2, 0. Return Blinking Spirit to its owner's hand. This thing was extremely difficult to deal with, right? Extremely difficult. The evergreen ruling on trample was changed because of banning. You used to be able to do this. To trample over, you used to have to do lethal damage to all the creatures. So I could block your fucking 8/8 trampler with 2 1/1s, and it's one of them has banding. I can put all the damage on one of my dudes and go, yeah, he took 7 damage, but guess what? You didn't kill all the blockers, so you don't get to trample over. Banding was amazing to hose trample, 100%. Lasagna says, yeah, fold those socks from behind the fence. All right. So yeah, this thing was really difficult to deal with, actually. Surprisingly strong. By today's standard, it's trash. Oh! This was the Elder Dragon I cracked. I cracked this out of a booster pack of Legends when the Elder Dragons were worth more than Black Lotuses. I had a solid green deck with like 120 cards in it. Everyone went crazy in the store when I cracked this and tried to get it off me. And as a noob, I probably should have traded it. But as a noob, I was like, and I put it in my big green deck, and I figured, okay, 2 black, 2 red, and then the upkeep. Well, I only need to put 3 swamps and 3 mountains into my fucking 120 card deck. So that's what I did. And then I had crazy plans to get him out that involved me discarding him into my graveyard and then attacking you. And you had to have a wall out. And then I would play Glyph of Reincarnation on your wall and reincarnate my guy into this guy. You know? So that was the ridiculousness. That was the ridiculousness. The artwork's dumb, really. It's just a big head. But I loved this guy. There were some times where I got him out. I got to pump the hell out of him with the different triple fire breathings and then berserk it and go, Bwah! Lasagna says, if you remember a time when Black Lotus wasn't the most expensive card in the game, you might be eligible for financial compensation. Bro, when I started, I remember looking at the display case at a Mox Emerald for $15 and saying, what kind of moron would pay $15 for a forest? You know, I'm like, just capture a green like a forest. What kind of idiot would pay that for it? And then after playing a little bit, I'm like, whoa, Moxes is busted, boy. So yeah, put the Moxes, the Lotus, all that stuff in my deck, bro. First turn, Mox, Lotus, sack the Lotus, Time Twister. From my new hand, Sol Ring, Time Walk. Mind Twist your ass. Oh, yeah, boy. All right, back to the cards. Uncle Istvan! Yeah! 3 black and 1, 1/3. All damage done to Uncle Istvan by creatures is reduced to 0. Look at him! Look at him! Solitude drove the old hermit insane. Now he only keeps company with those he can catch. This has got some evocative flavor. He's got some dude's skull tied to his axe. There's all this old crusty blood on it, and he looks like a wild man. That's so cool. That's so cool. Book of Wrath. 6 mana artifact, 2 mana, pay 2 life to draw a card. It's not very good. Effects that prevent or redirect damage can't be used to counter this loss of life. And it's just like a special magical book. Look at the size of this library. If that's what you can do with this tome, what could you do with all the rest of this? Fantastic fuel for the imagination. The Fallen. The dark had such awesome flavor. 3 black and 1 for a 2/3. During its controller's upkeep, the Fallen does 1 damage to each opponent it's previously damaged. Magic often masters those who cannot master it. So this basically reads like somebody who was once a mage, but dabbled with forces that were beyond their ken. And as a result, they have been corrupted and turned into essentially an undead, right? Who can now be like used in the service, in the thrall of more powerful wizards. This is a stark reminder of what happens when you mess with forces you shouldn't. And on top of that, the fact that it basically can infuse whoever it damages with some sort of miasmic energy that resonates with it. So it can just keep sucking your life away bit by bit. Know its touch and it will take your life. Like, man, such a cool card. The Dark had a lot of fun flavor like that. Sorcerer's Queen! 2 black and 1 tap. Make another creature 0/2 till end of turn. And that's it. I mean, they have all these other things explaining how it works as a 0/2. But it's tap, make another creature 0/2 till the end of turn. This was great. You're going to attack into me? Good luck. We're going to try and block? Good luck. Right? And there she is, sitting on her throne with her minions around her. Spurl was fallen like the creature type. Yeah, actually, they have it as fallen on here. Back then, a lot of creatures didn't have unified tribal types. There were some zombies and things like that, but overall, like merfolk, zombies had a bit of tribal action, but most everything else didn't. Oh, Volcanic Dragon. 2 red and 4 for a 4/4 flyer with haste. This is uncommon level now, but it used to be rare. And look at this. This is a dragon that essentially looks like it's been birthed out of actual magma. It's got such an intense vibe to it. I really love it. Floodplain, the old fetch lands. Comes into play tapped, sack it, search your library for a plains or island, put it into play, and then shuffle your library afterwards. Not too shabby. Grasslands is the white-green version, and Rocky Tar Pit is the black-red version. All right. Well, that was a nice little trip down memory lane to the early days of good times Magic, man. We really have fallen far. We have fallen far from those days. Lasagne, you're old enough to remember seeing Black Lotuses being played on concrete benches. Yeah, we played without sleeves, man. I remember when I accidentally almost bent my Black Lotus in half because it was on the edge of the table, right? It's on the edge of the table, and then my hand comes down like this. My Black Lotus goes flying up in the air, and I'm like, oh, shit. And I was leaned back on my chair. So I start leaning in to catch it, right? And it comes down directly between me and the table. So it's in there, it's between me and the table, and then my stomach comes up against it and starts pushing. So my Black Lotus is going like this between me and the table. And I'm just like, ah, like lunge backwards to save it, you know? Pain! Oh, yeah, nightmares, bro. Gigantic flyers as big as the number of swamps you have. I remember nightmares being a nightmare. Yeah. Magic has unfortunately changed a lot for the negative, you know? It's too bad. It's too bad. Because it's a great game. It's a lot of fun to play, but it's not a lot of fun to watch what's happened to it. And you got all these people defending it like, it's good, this is good, Magic's more successful than it's ever been. This is a great set, Markov Manor was a good set. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? So yeah, these is going in my box full of old nostalgic Magic cards for sure. A different time. Galley, it makes perfect sense to be worried about Tarkir. What in recent history would make you think they're going to do a good job? Bloomborough was good. That's it. That's the reality. Oh, man. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't want Magic to become so bad that I can't enjoy it anymore, right? That's the reality of it. People want to try and be simplistic dickheads and go, you just want it to be like it was 30 years ago. No, because you don't hear me go, the last 20 years of Magic were bullshit. You don't hear me go, the last 25 years of Magic are bullshit and we need to go back to the beginning. You never hear me advocate for going back to the beginning. It had its own charm and whatever, but a bunch of the stuff is not great. A lot of the card design moved on in fundamentally better ways as we progress forwards. We had a nice forward progression, but now we're regressing. And it's just disheartening how many people don't seem to understand that. It's like, you're just an old man yelling at clouds. It's like, you have no concept. You really don't know. You hate this game. No, that is not the case. Blue Cats, you heard the pre-release was not easy to make coherent decks this weekend? Yeah, geez, it's almost like if you slap a bunch of vehicles into a dog shit set, there's not going to be enough creatures to actually to power them. It's almost like that happened today when I had a Chandra that got up to 8 loyalty with no problems at all because my opponent could only get out vehicles and he couldn't get creatures to pilot them. And when he did get a creature, I just iced it out. So he just sat there looking at all his vehicles. It's garbage. Aether Drift is lazy trash. And if you go and actually look at Rosewater talking about it on his drive to work, you can tell that they knew it was lazy crap that they were making. And they just dumped it on us anyways. This isn't a product they're fucking proud of, right? This is trash made for fucking dum-dums. Get excited, dum-dums. Oh, I'm excited. This is so cool. What up, Thompson? It's snowy in New York. It's snowy here too, bro. Gally, you are correct. They're hoping to replace old players with new players with the Universe Beyond sets because the average age of Magic players is 30 and older. Because kids don't want to play fucking card games like this. If they're going to mess around with cards, they're going to mess around with Pokemon cards. That's what kids are going to mess around with. But we're moving into the era, or have already moved into the era. It's the digital world now. Paper fucking cards are horse shit. And Arena is the worst way to play Magic. I play it because I want to be able to play Magic. But to get any kind of reasonable time frame in a game and not have the game end in 2 turns, I have to stay away from Standard, right? Just go and play with the fucking starter decks. The starter decks are the weakest decks you can find on the entire program. And on the 3rd turn, you can have a fucking 6/5 Trampler. 3rd turn. Easy. And it's like, even this is too fast, bro. Games are decided like that. People concede like it's nothing. You have no connection with the people you're actually playing with. Like, Arena is dog shit in comparison to Paper Magic. And it's what Wizards can maybe hope to get people into. Magic's not going to be bringing in new blood no matter what stupid thing they staple over top of it. But they're not going to get that message for a while. And they're going to keep hacking away with this fucking garbage. It's like the days of card games. Card games are for old people. Card games are for fucking people who are old. That's the reality. If you're playing card games and you're young, you're playing digital versions of card games. So Wizards' whole business model, they make so much money off the Paper Magic, right? They can't make nearly as much money off of Arena. This is a fucking downward spiral. Pierce, yeah, exactly. Wizards are like, we're trying to get kids into the game. Also, booster boxes will keep going up in price constantly. Hey, kids, spend $200 on a box of boosters. What? Or $400 if you want collector boosters. Yeah, Pokemon cards do better because a lot of people buy them without even being interested in playing the game. Like, Pokemon is fucking obliterating Magic, and Magic is desperately trying to dry hump Pokemon bullshit with this. It's our Baby Yoda Pikachu, and you will love it. We're going to put it on 20 different cards. What do you mean it's not resonating with people? Because it's empty, forced fucking trash. They're not going, hey, we made loot. Oh, looks like everyone loves loot. Let's lean into it. It's, we're going to make loot a thing. We're going to have a Baby Yoda. But we're not going to put any effort into, like, the story of why he showed up or have any of this make sense or any of the things that actually make you connect with it. But the kids will love it. And it's like, we have a Pikachu. It's like your game does not appeal to kids. Magic the Gathering does not appeal to children, and nothing Wizards of the Coast does will ever change that. Wizards' dreams of capturing a younger player base will go unfulfilled. It will never, ever happen. They don't have what it takes anymore. They don't have what it takes. They're not good at making their game anymore. And they're constantly cranking out products at such an insane pace that they don't have any time to improve on anything. So it's just endless, they're just taking dumps in a bucket and going, eat it, kids. What? There's jubes in our dumps. We didn't chew them. We swallowed some jubes. And I know it's a bucket of diarrhea, but there's a couple of jubes. So dunk for them, Billy. Dunk for them. We'll make a peanut version for you, too. Kyle, yep, the collector box prices just kept going up. Everything's kept going up. That's the name of the game. Ramped out, like the fucking card quality is abysmal. The card quality is abysmal. I went to the pre-release with my buddy. He's literally feeling the cards he's playing. He's just looking up at me quizzically. Like that. We're sitting there and he's just going like this. He's got the cards and he just looks up at me. And I'm like, yeah, it's garbage, right? You can literally fucking feel how poor the quality is, to the point where you're not even looking and you just go, what's wrong, right? You got a bunch of faded out cards. He opened his pre-release foil. It started warping instantaneously. He's like, look at this shit, man. Like, the foils are so bad. That buddy up at the front, talking to the game store owner, and he's like, they're like pulling out stacks of these curved foils, and it's like, he's like, I think we're just gonna have to throw these out. They're ruining the other cards. Nobody wants them. It's like, these are the premium versions. A foil in every pack. A dog shit scuffed foil with banged up edges that will instantly curl because it might cost us half of a cent more to make them. And fuck you, we're going to give that to our shareholders. Eat a dick. Is your foil cloudy and scratched? That's just how we make them. Fuck you. Also, yeah, you know foils aren't tournament legal because they won't lay flat. But you should buy special foil collector's editions and secret layers and stuff. It's insane. Hey, listen. People bringing their kids in ain't going to be enough. It's cool. Have fun playing Magic with your kids, but that's it. These kids will play Magic with you for a bit, and they'll move on. You think you're creating lifelong Magic players by playing it with them? Nah. They'll have some fun memories with you, and then 20 years down the road, they'll be like, oh, yo, I used to play this card game with my parents, and, like, it was fun. What was it? It was, like, Magical something or whatever, and it had, like, race cars and stuff, and, like, Magic. There was a bit of Magic, I think, in it. What was the name of it? Magic. I think the name was Magic, but there wasn't really that much Magic, and there was this little orange guy thing, and I remember that. And then they'll do a little Google. They'll be like, AI, show me Magic the Gathering pictures. I'm like, see, that's what it was. Anyways, let's go do something. You know what I mean? Magic's fucking cooked. It's fucking cooked. Enjoy it as much as you want. Enjoy it as much as you can. But understand that the player base, people are, oh, it's selling like hotcakes and the player base is bigger than ever. No, it's not. That is not true. That is not the fucking case, right? They're bringing in random people for tiny little bursts, and those people fuck right off. Before it used to be like, hey, come play Magic. Do you like high fantasy? Guess what? Every set's high fantasy. High fantasy. High fantasy. High fantasy. Did you start playing Thunder Junction? Do you like Cowboys? Guess what? They're gone. Did you start playing because you like 40K? Guess what? The 40K cards you get, that's all you're ever gonna get. Same goes for fucking Fallout. Did you get that Fallout product? That's all there be. Oh, so there's no more Fallout? Nope. But here you go. Here is a haunted house set with Ghostbusters. Fucking Ghostbusters and haunted house. What's this horse shit? No thanks. Wait though. We're doing a race car Mario Kart set. Wait, what? I'm good. That was fun. I played it for a little bit. Like, they've turned Magic into what I thought Magic was going to be when I started. When we started playing Magic originally back in the 90s, to me, Magic was like any other game. You're going to play it for a bit and be done with it forever. That's it. It'll just be a game you play with your buddies. You toss it up on the shelf, and maybe once in a blue moon, somebody will be like, yo, remember that game? Do you want to play a game? And we'd take down our cards. But instead, Magic turned into this fucking lightning in a bottle phenomenon that birthed the entire trading card industry, right? But now they've turned it into that. They've turned it into a game you just play a bit and fuck off. That's it, by nature, because everything is so disparate. There's nothing connecting it because it's all about short-term profits. Get the money now. fuck the future. Pull the fucking boards up out of the floor. Knock holes in the wall for wood to burn for heat now. Yeah, we're going to freeze to death next year. But right now we're warm. That's it. That's it. And people will go, Wizards has made more money than ever, and that means their game is healthier than ever. Nah, son. Nah. This is a family that had 4 fucking kids, right? And then they went, oh, you know, we have our kids working the fucking fields. We're working the fields, and we're making like 25 grand a year. We're getting by. This is good. This is good, right? And then the next year, somebody comes by and is like, yo, I'll give you 50 G's for one of your kids. And then all of a sudden, holy shit, we made 75 G's this year. Now our family's doing better than ever. We made 3 times as much money. The family's better than ever. And then, 2 years later, yo, we just sold another kid for $75,000. Holy shit, this year we made 90 G's. We're doing better than ever. The family's healthier than ever. Sell the next kid for 125. Whoa, look at these banger numbers. The last kid, you sell it for 200,000. Our family's doing amazing. The future's looking... Wait, we have no kids. Our fucking entire line is done. It's over. Our family's ended. We sold all our fucking children. There is no future for our family. We just sold the entire future of our family. But guess what? Line kept going up, which means success, right? 100%. That's all it means. And that's the only way to look at it. Nope. Got the money right now. We'll literally have no negative impact on... we have no kids. And it's over. Christ says Magic the Gathering. That's pretty good, actually. That's pretty good. Payne, you think I might be right? Neither of your 2 youngest sons dig the game in their teens? What's good enough about Magic to bring the kids in nowadays? Like, if I was young and I came along, I bet you Magic wouldn't catch my fucking attention for more than a second. Especially with the crap they got now. I'd just be like, this is dumb. Who cares? You know what I mean? Magic would not ensorcel me. There'd be just too many other things to compete with it. Magic is an awesome card game, but it's got to compete with everything now. Magic the Gathering came out when you could go on the internet and do not very much. You go on the internet and go to a chat room and everybody's like, where are you in the world? And how old are you? And what's between your legs? ASL, big boy, right? You could do that. You watch the fucking TV, maybe watch a movie or whatever. Then you play some board games. You didn't have access to everything on the fucking earth. Now, kids can just, you know what? I'd rather just watch 15-second videos all day. Magic the Gathering. Shuffle up all this crap and play this horseshit? No thanks. Fuck it. You know? Kyle, you love Magic dearly, but the soul's being ripped out of it so fast? Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah, people have said they're like, I hope that Hasbro goes under so another company gets it and does better, but they won't. Anybody who buys it will just be looking to get money, and it'll just get worse. I don't like being this cynical, but I don't think I'm wrong. I'm not trying to crush your hope. Hold on to your hope, but I don't believe it for a second. Whoever buys it is going to be looking to make money. Nobody's going to buy it and be like, I love this game, and I'm going to breathe on the little embers of it and treat it properly and give it everything it ever needed. That's not what's going to happen, because it's going to be bought by another corporation that's beholden to shareholders, and it will be just, how do we milk money from the idiots who are still into this worthless fucking crap we don't care about? Like, imagine if you were in charge of sandals for camels. How much do you care about that? Are you passionate about sandals for camels? That's how the people who work at fucking Hasbro and shit look at Magic the Gathering. They don't give a fuck about it. It means nothing to them. Pick a game that you're completely indifferent to and wouldn't care if it fell off the earth, and make that your fucking job, and tell me what decisions you would make. There is no chance on this earth at all that somebody who genuinely cares about Magic will end up buying it and fixing it. That's not how the fucking world works. Somebody else buying it would inevitably be worse. They're going to look to cut costs and squeeze more money out of it, right? Hell, this movie announcement and TV show announcement is all just fucking a bullshit illusion so they can go to the shareholders. We're surging forwards with new property ideas and we're going to monetize this real good. Habanero, yeah, exactly, man. So yeah, there's like you're high on crack if you can fucking envision a world where somebody's just gonna fucking benevolently buy magic and fix it. That's like, oh, you know what? My husband will stop cheating on me one day. I know he goes out and fucks everybody else, right? And smacks the kids around, but I'm sure things are just gonna get better. They just will. No. No. You gotta get out. You gotta get out. If it's not working for you, you gotta get the fuck out. It's not gonna get better. And this is coming from a poor deluded fool. I'm still here. I'm still here. I recognize how ridiculous it is to say that shit, right? I don't have hope for the future, but I do inside, obviously on some level, or I'd be gone. Like, I want magic to get better. I want this to stop. I really do. Magic means too much to me. It does. And I recognize that. Sometimes I wish that it's like fucking Brokeback Mountain, bro. I wish I could quit you. Like, like, for real. Because it's just so hard to watch them do what they're doing, man. It's so hard to just see the blatant disregard for us and the low quality of everything about the game now, man. I want to have fun. I just want to enjoy myself. And I have fun when I'm playing the game. And everything else around it sucks so hard now. It's crazy. It's crazy. Habanero, yep, just enjoy your cards for as long as you're capable of it, and then don't waste your time defending the fucking, don't simp for fucking Hasbro, you know? Like, honestly, the only thing that would probably ever make Magic better is if Magic died. If Magic died as a product being made by a company and went the Netrunner way, where it's just a fan, like, no company makes this game anymore, and the fans make their own fucking sets and print them and, like, run the whole game. That's it. That's it. As long as a corporation owns this game, it will get progressively worse. The whole card game industry is a fucking dying industry. It's horses in the era of jet cars, bro. That's where we're at. The internet is insane. And AI is about to catapult us into an unknowable stratosphere of insanity and options. And Magic the Gathering is just a bunch of stupid little flimsy fucking rectangles that are hugely overpriced, aren't compelling anymore, and are poorly made. So, ridiculous. Oh, anyways, I guess that's enough of an old man yelling at clouds, huh, guys? Because I'm totally off base and don't know where I'm coming from, and you're just a fucking doomer. You don't know nothing. Beep, beep, vroom, vroom, I love it. Let me put my cowboy on a fucking motorcycle. I love Magic the Gathering. Fuck you, right? Fuck you, you paste-eating dumb fuck. Anyways, anyhow. I'm going to get going. Thanks for coming and hanging out, my friends. I'll see you guys next time. Pull over. I heard they like loot in prison.